Psilocybin is the new buzzword in the alternative health space, but it's actually an ancient tool that's been used for physical and mental healing for thousands of years. Because it's so popular, we are bombarded with information that makes it hard to decipher whether it's something we should be exploring for ourselves. In this video, we will be condensing the most important information around psilocybin so you can, as always, make the most informed choices. Hello, and welcome to 5 Pillars Health, the channel where we show you how to get healthy and stay healthy through the 5 pillars of sleep, hydration, nutrition, sunlight, and movement. Let's start with what psilocybin actually is. Psilocybin is found in a type of mushroom that looks very much like a regular forest mushroom that we would eat in our soups and salads. Psilocybin is the hallucinogenic chemical found in a particular type of mushroom known as magic mushrooms. These mushrooms can be obtained fresh or dried and can come in different types of concentrations. It can also be created in a laboratory. It is most commonly prescribed in dried and capsule form and looks like a white or grey powder. Magic mushrooms were believed to be first discovered around 9000 BCE in North African and European cave paintings. It was also believed to have formed part of the rituals in the Aztec civilization that they called flesh of the gods. Their hallucinogenic properties meant that they were not publicly circulated, but we know that their arrival into Western culture was in the 20th century in the United States. In 1957, a banker by the name of R. Gordon Wasson was a big believer in the power of psilocybin, so he traveled to Mexico to learn more. In Oaxaca, he discovered its use in a Mazatec ceremony conducted by a local shaman, and since then it started to slowly become more and more discreetly popular. Although it has, in many parts, been decriminalized, it has not been made legal, and there are many movements to push for the legality of psilocybin because of its incredible healing properties. Let's look at the most popular. Depression is unfortunately a widespread problem and is becoming more and more prevalent. With so many depression remedies coming with a host of unpleasant side effects, it's no wonder alternative and more holistic treatments are being sought. Psilocybin has had great results with sufferers of depression, so much so that it was awarded the breakthrough therapy status by the FDA. Psilocybin has also had great effects on helping addicts quit smoking and other substances. A study conducted at Johns Hopkins University found that psilocybin therapy managed to greatly improve abstinence over a 12-month period. This led researchers to believe it could have the same benefit for alcoholism and cocaine addicts. Psilocybin's power lies in that it can break someone out of their routine and present them with a larger picture, creating a type of mental rewiring to allow people to step outside of their problems and gain a bigger and better perspective. Studies conducted on those who suffer from alcoholism have also seen positive outcomes. Alcoholics on psilocybin therapy were able to greatly decrease their drinking. Studies have yet to be done on cocaine addicts. Beyond addiction, psilocybin has found its most common home in sufferers of anxiety, which we either all have to a certain degree or are close to someone who suffers from it. Studies were done on terminal cancer patients with high levels of anxiety, and the result from just one single dose helped their anxiety subside or at least get under control. Added benefits of psilocybin include treating PTSD. Tests were done on mice which found that doses of psilocybin helped with their fear response. Do you want to learn about other remedies for tackling mental health issues? Head to our channel and check out our other videos. So what does it actually feel like being on magic mushrooms? Everyone will have a slightly different experience, but the general effect it has is an increase in energy and positive feelings, a state of euphoria and feelings of contentment. There is, of course, a heightened or distorted experience of reality. This is why users report having an altered or renewed sense of existence. It also alters our perceptions of time and space. 10 minutes can feel like an hour, or an hour can feel like 10 minutes. Things that are close by can feel as if they are far away, and vice versa. Magic mushrooms create auditory and visual hallucinations, which differ from person to person. With all the positive benefits associated with magic mushrooms, it's good to also be aware of their potential downsides. There are, of course, people who abuse it, who, rather than using it for the purpose of healing, will use it as a substitute for dealing with real-life issues, and then engage in dangerous activities. Psilocybin shouldn't be mixed with any other drugs or alcohol, as these could lead to some not-so-pleasant physical and emotional outcomes. Some of these include anxiety, stress, panic, and scary hallucinations. Despite all of this, magic mushrooms very rarely result in life-threatening symptoms. In some rare cases, too many mushrooms can result in vomiting, diarrhea, muscle weakness, or seizures. There are some people who shouldn't ever engage in magic mushroom trips, and these are people who either have borderline personality disorder or who have a parent who suffers from it. If you meet these criteria, it means you are more prone to scary hallucinations and psychosis. It should also not be taken by those on any psychiatric medication, as it could worsen the side effects or relapse a particular condition. It is also recommended that those who suffer from epilepsy should refrain from taking magic mushrooms. Many modern therapists and psychiatrists are overseeing psilocybin use with their patients so it can be administered in a controlled environment with little risk of adverse effects. Because therapists and psychiatrists have a good understanding of their patients, they're able to figure out how much and in what dose mushrooms can be effective for their clients. If you live in an area where magic mushrooms are decriminalized and you have the consent of a therapist or doctor, here are some tips for experimentation. Firstly, do as much research as you can. Listen to podcasts, watch documentaries, read articles, and inform yourself on what to expect. This can prevent a lot of negative side effects because you will feel informed or in control of the outcome. On the day you decide to take it, set aside the entire day so you don't have any other obligations. It's best to take it mid-morning after a meal, so that if your trip is a longer one, the effects will start to diminish by late afternoon, and you can go to sleep rested and ready to operate as normal the next day. You also shouldn't operate a vehicle for that day. In terms of the space and setting, we recommend your own home or anywhere else secluded, like a piece of nature. It may bring up emotions that will make you cry, and it is good to be in a space where you feel comfortable to emotionally release. Your first time using it should not be alone. You need someone to sit with you or babysit the experience in case anything bad could occur, or to just make you feel safe when anything good happens, and it should be someone you trust. Try not to overstimulate yourself with social media, as this ruins the purpose of the trip and could also negatively overstimulate you. A popular method for taking it the first time is known as the hero dose method, which is taking 5 grams for the first time to get the most transformative experience. We recommend starting with whatever makes you comfortable, whether that's 1 gram or 5. Do you know someone who's interested in testing out magic mushrooms? Share this video with them. We hope we managed to outline the ways in which psilocybin could be a key to unlocking areas in your life that you haven't yet seen progress with. Have you tried out psilocybin? Let us know about your experience in the comments.